We start with breaking news, and it's at Liverpool. Ben Davies is having his medical at the club this morning. It comes after the club's agreed a fee of £2 million. That move from Preston that was agreed last night. Right, Liverpool fans, what do you think? Hashtag transfer talk to get in touch. Good morning to Mark McAdam and good morning to Ade Oladipo. Ade, it's a great way to start, isn't it, with some breaking news?
A fantastic way to start, and that Liverpool fans will be ecstatic with this news as well. It's been a war cry from Liverpool fans in the last couple of months that we need a centre-back to come in. We probably need more than one, if we're honest, but look, let's not be greedy. Let's get one in at the door first. And I think this stems back from the summer. They never replaced Dejan Lovren, who went, and they've only had three senior centre-backs at the club: Joe Gomez, Jan Matip and Virgil van Dijk. Fabinho, we know, can go in that position, and I think Klopp earmarked him for that position. He's overplayed him in that position. That's not what Klopp wanted to do. So I think a centre-back has been imperative. It's been important. We've seen 11 different centre-back combinations so far this season, which is ridiculous. Nat Phillips has been pushed into the role. Reece Williams has been pushed into the role. And both of them have done well considering, but that's not what Liverpool want. I thought that if Liverpool didn't get a centre-back in during this window, the Premier League was no chance for me. No chance in the Premier League, no chance in the Champions League as well. That's how important it was. I think Liverpool fans will wake up this morning ecstatic that they are getting a centre-back through the door. And no doubt Ben Davies' social media has grown twofold. In fact, let's go tenfold since this news broke late last night. But yeah, good news for Liverpool fans. Yeah,
tell us a bit more about Davies, Mark.
From the Championship to the Champions, from the Championship to the Champions League. This is a dream move for someone who's plied his trade in the EFL. He was picked up by Preston as an 11-year-old boy, born in Cumbria, playing for Furness Rovers. He's made the journey. He's had several loan spells.
Hold on a minute. A bit of an issue with your microphone there, so we'll come back to talk about him in a moment. But Ade, how surprised were we by this news? Mark quite rightly said Championship to the Champions. How surprised were we that it's Ben Davies and not someone else, one of their other targets?
Yeah, look, they were linked with a host of different centre-backs in this period. I mean, you went from the Sublime to the likes of Daya Upamecano. We know RB Leipzig, and there was conversations there about a possible move in the summer. But look, Liverpool always going to face tough competition to get him. Bayern Munich are linked, Real Madrid are linked. There was talks about Alaba as well, and there are interesting ones from Arsenal. Mustafi's been linked. Kolasinac was linked as well. Socrates was linked before he went to Olympiacos, obviously a free agent. So there were other defenders linked. But this one just makes sense for me. I think it makes sense for a number of reasons. First, the age, only 24. We know Klopp likes to develop players. A lot of time to develop him. A left-sided centre-back as well. Liverpool have struggled to find those in recent years. I think that ticks a box as well. And I just think someone coming in that's playing regular football, which was a concern for me. Someone that's coming in that's been playing football. He's been playing for Preston North End all season. He's broken into the squad, as you said, in the last sort of 3 years and almost has become a first choice. Linked to other clubs as well, Sheffield United, Celtic. So I think Liverpool have got someone here that they wanted, identified, and works for Liverpool.
Yeah, Paul says Ben Davies will hopefully bring some stability to the defence. And Mel Norris, she's actually a Preston fan, who says Liverpool getting a decent centre-back, hard-working, and has the potential to develop into a solid guy, will be missed at Preston. Well, Jurgen Klopp was asked about this after Liverpool's win at West Ham yesterday, but he was keeping his cards close to his chest.
I'm now going to throw a name at you. Ben Davies, Preston.
Tottenham. So Ben Davies as well, right?
I think there's another one.
Yeah, no, nothing to say about.
But you'd like a centre-half still? And is it possible?
So look, I said it all the time. In our situation, it makes sense. By the way, Nate Phillips played a decent game, and Millie shouted at Hendo, you better be careful. If you play like this, you will play there for the rest of your career. So
might extend it a few years.
Yes, exactly. But so we said we always... our eyes are always open, and we try to fix our situation. If we can do it, I don't know.
Well, Davies' football journey to a potential move to the Champions began by joining Preston as an 11-year-old. He made his debut in 2013, aged 17. He's had to fight to establish himself, though a series of loan moves to York, Tranmere, Southport, Newport and Fleetwood. But a breakthrough came in 2017, and he's since become a mainstay at Preston, winning the club's Player of the Year award in 2019. Klopp was once again asked about the player in his post-match news conference.
Yeah, to transfer things to transfer, we don't say anything, so nothing to say about until something is done, if something will be done.
Well, here's how Davies has performed in the Championship for the club. He's their top performing defender for recoveries, but actually 8th out of 9 for tackle success rate. For duel success, he's 2nd, and for passes and passing accuracy, he ranks in top position. Right, Mark, I think we need to hear from you now, don't we? Now that issue is sorted. You know quite a bit about this player, so tell us a bit more than the stats have said.
I started, so I'll finish. At least you can hear me now. I was lucky enough to watch Ben play for Preston at Bristol City just a few weeks ago. And he was one of those players that kind of stood out defensively of the back four on that day. He looked solid, he looked commanding. You look through his profile as we've just done there, 6'1", left-footed, he's technically gifted. Probably one of his biggest assets is the fact he can play out from the back, he's comfortable on the ball, and that's a necessity for a Liverpool defender. You have to be comfortable on the ball, you have to be able to use those two full-backs, Trent and Andy Robertson, that want to get forward, they want to be receiving the ball in those advanced positions, and he's someone that's very much capable of playing out from the back and doing that. He reads the game really well, and his kind of spatial awareness is really good as well. He can understand what's happening around him. Probably the weakness might be aerially. That might be where the one area where Jurgen might have to really work with him and improve that side of his game. But like you said, Addy, he comes with 250 career appearances already. He's played in the EFL, he's been out on loan a number of times, and he's ready for this challenge. It's quite interesting to think that at the start of this window, he was probably looking at his options thinking, I'm out of contract in the summer. What am I going to do? Maybe I'll sneak a really good Championship club. Maybe I might get into the bottom end of the Premier League.
This is dreamland, isn't it?
I might get to Celtic. That would be an incredible challenge. No. He's turning up at the Premier League champions. This will be bigger than any dreams he had on January the 1st.
Yeah, well, Kean Willow says Liverpool signing Ben Davies is a signing nobody saw coming, but I believe Klopp working with him and him playing in a better side, he'll become a very good centre-half at the club. Saheed, not so sure though. He says, I don't see it as an ambitious move for the champions. With a strong budget, they've got a reluctance to spend like the rest of the big clubs. But Ade, it's deadline day.
Yeah.
We've been saying, well, Liverpool fans have been telling us on #TransferTalk all window that they need a centre-back. Why have they waited this long? It's actually the 1st of February.
Yeah, I remember Jamie Carragher in October saying that Liverpool need a centre-back 1st of January, right? We knew the injuries to Virgil van Dijk, we knew the injuries to Joe Gomez. From the 1st of January, they should have got a centre-back in. I do wonder if Jurgen Klopp would have made the move if Joel Matip didn't get injured. It seemed to change. The mood in Klopp's interviews after seemed to change from, we're not looking at anything until the summer, until, we're going to try and get a centre-back in. And I wonder, if Joel Matip didn't get injured, maybe he wouldn't have seen Ben Davies here. But look, it's an important signing. It's a signing that makes sense, not just for the fact that he's a good centre-back, and I think will go on to have a decent career at Liverpool, just from the fact that we can get Henderson away from his position as a midfielder. I think Henderson's struggling, really, not necessarily struggling as a defender, but he doesn't want to play as centre-back. You've got the Euros coming up. He wants to make sure that he's nailed in to start for England in central midfield. And right now he's playing at a centre-back position. I do wonder, though, will you risk playing Nat Phillips and Ben Davies together? I think that's the question. Do you stick Henderson still back there? Do you put Fabinho back there? Or do you try them in their trusted positions in midfield and let these centre-backs do what they're supposed to do?
Well, what we know is that Ben Davies is having his Liverpool medical now, and we'll bring you any updates as soon as we get them.